Kia ora koutou. I'm going to carry on making some bits and pieces, but this time we're going to use this thing here. You can see that the name of it is called Draw Bezier Curves and Straight Lines. This is kind of more commonly known in industry as the pen tool, and initially it's very frustrating, but essentially what it's doing is drawing with nodes, which is what we were doing back here. So what I'm going to do is start off really basic, and I'm just going to click once. That's just normal sort of left click, and that gives you this point. And then as I move my mouse away, I'm not clicking any buttons here, you can see that it's actually dragging a red line around with me. Now when I click again, that activates that red line, okay, and that becomes actually a line. So if I come back over here and click down there and then click down there, and it's going to draw, I'm basically drawing a square. And when I get to the start point, notice that it goes red, and I can click it and finish it off, and that's what I've got. Once you've finished with making the shape, you just go on to any of the other tools that you want. So that's just the standard sort of move tool, so I could move the thing around, or I could go onto the node tool and access all the nodes. Okay, so this tool is actually used for creating shapes, and it's the best tool for creating shapes. It's awesome. So I'll just delete that bit, don't need to do that. One thing that we can do though is, because this gets more and more complex as you go on, is you can actually draw shapes in sort of blocks. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a love heart, seeing as we're going to love this tool. I'm going to click this, and you can see I'm going to go click, click, click to get the top of the heart, click down to get the middle, click, click, and click. That finishes it off. But it's not a particularly good love heart, and that's because the nodes are wrong. So if I go over onto the node tool like that, you can see I can move these around so I can get things in a better position. But as you already know, and this is the thing that you know it's good to know about, is that you can change these points. So I want that one to be curved, and this one, and probably those two as well. So I'll individually do that just so you can see that. So we did this in a previous tutorial. You can click that. Click that, click that, back up to here to change the type of curve that it is, or type of point, and away we go. Then we can just fine tune that shape using the handles. Now if this is all new to you, you need to go back a couple of steps in the videos and actually watch some of the node tutorials, and that will make this seem a lot more sort of sensible. So there you go. I'll click off that. Obviously we'd want to colour that in, so we could just go into our colour thing. Going quite quickly here because you guys know all this. Into my wheel, put that onto red, into stroke, take the stroke off, and there we go, we've got this little love heart. So I'll just pop that up there. I'm holding down shift and control, and that draws from the outside in. That's kind of cool. And there we go, so I'll just pop that up there. So that's using the Bezier curve or pen tool. Now it gets more complex, like I said, but I think to start with we'll just go with the basics. So just to recreate that flower using the Bezier curve tool, I would just kind of create myself a star. So this is recapping what I've just done. So I'm just going click, 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 finish it off, done with that tool. Over to the node tool. Over we go, change these around to the way you want them. Good as gold. This time, instead of doing it one at a time, because I want to save some time, I'm just going to pop over here, select a bunch of these things by holding down shift. So I'll select all 5 of those points, straight up to here, boom, and then fine tuning from there. And I'm just pulling these handles out. Remember, because that's that type of handle, I can alter them. All good like that. Okay, so that was a lot quicker, wasn't it? So I'll click off. Let's give it a colour. Go for a pale blue one this time. Oops, that's on the stroke, so I'll turn that on to fill. So we'll go for pale blue. So this should be starting to become a bit second nature for you guys now. And go to stroke, take the stroke off. Back over to here, shut it down. There we go. So we're starting to get a little bunch of flowers as well. So that's using the pen tool. Start with those real basic bits. In the next video I'll show you how you can use it a little bit more sort of interactively, I guess.